Hey there, Bulldog fans, and welcome into another exciting episode of the Bulldog Blitz. I'm your host, Mark Minner. Coming up on today's show, we'll sit down and talk with men's basketball head coach Brad Stevens about the upcoming season. The men's football team continued their undefeated streak with a victory over Campbell, and the volleyball team split a pair of league matches over the weekend. But first, both the men's and women's basketball teams are preparing for their first games of the season. This past Saturday was the first chance for fans to get a look at both teams during the annual blue and white scrimmage. The men's team started off the morning with their scrimmage, and the big story was the play of 6'11" true freshman Andrew Smith. The center out of Covenant Christian High School is the only new player on the team, and his play is a large point of interest for Bulldog fans as the new season approaches. The Lady Bulldogs took to the floor, and Melanie Thornton literally stole the show, at one point collecting 6 points off 3 steals in a span of 30 seconds. Susan Lester also had a good showing at the scrimmage. Both Lester and Thornton will need to provide some strong senior leadership for the team this season if the women hope to have a successful year. This past week, the 2009-2010 Horizon League men's basketball preseason all-league team was revealed, and 3 Bulldogs made the cut. Matt Howard made an appearance along with sophomore Gordon Hayward on the All-Horizon League first team, and Shelvin Mack was named to the All-Horizon League second team. As a team, Butler was picked to finish first in their league. This Sunday will mark the first of 2 exhibition games for the men's basketball team. The Bulldogs will be taking on the alma mater of Coach Brad Stevens, DePaul University. I recently had the opportunity to talk with Coach Stevens at Hinkle about the upcoming season. In his 3rd year as head coach for the Butler men's basketball team, Brad Stevens is looking forward to continuing the winning tradition that Bulldog fans have come to expect. Last season, the Bulldogs won the Horizon League regular season championship, as well as a berth in their 3rd consecutive NCAA tournament. With all the players from last year's squad returning, this summer the team had a unique chance to play overseas in Italy and build team chemistry for the upcoming season.
It was great. It was great. The purpose of those trips are obviously you want to come together as a team and play basketball and play good basketball. The purpose of those trips are to give your guys a chance to see other parts of the world, and I just thought it was a terrific experience. I thought the places that we visited, the things we got to see, some of the impressions that I think were made will last for a lifetime on our guys.
Sophomores Gordon Hayward and Shelvin Mack were also invited to play for Team USA overseas in the U19 National Championship game down in New Zealand. Coach Stevens believed that this was not only a great experience for Hayward and Mack, but for the entire team.
Well, I think it's anytime you're playing basketball at that level and practicing against players at that level, it's a good thing for you as far as your development goes, as far as your confidence goes, as far as your ability to recognize situations and to really grow and experience more from a game standpoint. So I thought it was a good thing for them, and we were excited. I think it's been a great thing for Butler. It brought us a lot of exposure, it brought them a lot of exposure, and everybody benefits from that.
During the blue and white scrimmage, fans had their first chance to see this year's team play, but nobody got a chance to watch Matt Howard. Not to worry though, it was just a precautionary measure after Matt had tweaked his ankle earlier this summer. This offseason, it should come as no surprise, though, Howard worked tirelessly on improving his game.
Well, I think one of the things that he's really tried to always focus on is just doing what he does well and not getting too concerned with things he can't control. And so what you try to do is you try to eliminate fouls away from the basket. He's done a pretty good job of that because he's a physical guy, and it's a physical game, and he may get a foul or 2 on the interior. But at the end of the day, we need to play him more than 27 minutes a game, what he played last year. And so we're looking forward to his growth and his progress. He's had a great preseason, as he always does. He's had a great first few weeks of practice, and I think he'll have a great year.
The only newcomer on this year's team is freshman Andrew Smith, and Coach Stevens has been more than happy with a couple of traits that Smith has shown early on.
Ability to pass the basketball, and understanding and quickly picking up our system. That's always going to be the biggest key for any newcomer coming in, and he really has adapted quickly. He's very bright, and I think he's going to be a really good player here.
Ronald Nora, the point guard for the Bulldogs, has missed a large part of the summer with a stress fracture in his left leg. He's now back playing with the team and is right on pace to be ready for the season.
He's right on track. He's still knocking off some of the rust from being out for so long. He really hasn't played a 5-on-5 situation, even in open gym, since the summer. And so I think that it's one of those things. He did not play with us in Italy. He did not practice with us before Italy. All of his individual work was really regimented by our training staff in the preseason. So it'll be interesting to see, you know, how he does early and in the first couple weeks of practice. But after that, that rust will be knocked off. He'll be ready to go once the season starts.
The exhibition game starts Sunday with a matchup against DePauw. Since Coach Stevens played his college days at DePauw, are there any mixed feelings about Sunday's game?
I love DePauw. I love the coaching staff there. I played for the head coach, but as far as mixed feelings when you're competing, I don't have any mixed feelings. We're going to compete and we're going to try our best to do well.
The Butler football team is now 4-0 in Pioneer League play after a 23-16 victory over Campbell. Butler came out looking to spoil Campbell's homecoming and exploded early in the game to take a 20-0 lead in the first half. Andrew Huck led the Dogs with 214 yards passing and 2 touchdowns while completing just under 70% of his passes. Huck also led the Butler ground attack with 62 rushing yards. The Bulldogs are now one of the only 3 unbeaten teams in the NCAA Division I FCS. Coming up next, we'll chat with Eric Brown about the blue and white scrimmage and plenty more. Stay with us on the Bulldog Blitz.